Hello. What's up, everybody? I'm gonna give it a minute because I don't I've never done this before. I don't know if people are gonna actually show up and give a shit about me doing this. But I just wanted to do I wanted to I feel like we do with the CD reviews. We do a lot of discussions about nostalgia, about music from like I don't know, my childhood or whatever, and I only get to like kind of mention new bands that I think are awesome. So that's what this is going to be. I think we're going to be trying to do some weekly discussions about new music that I like or that I've heard. And I want you to participate too. Let me know in the little chat. Uh say something in the little chat. Let me know what bands you want me to check out. Um and also like let me know what you think of it. This is a group discussion. First off, I want to talk about the band Ithaca. I don't know if anybody has heard it. They have like new songs that are hello. What's up? Acceleration Media. What's up? I've heard of the Sabbath because I'm a man of the chosen people, but I don't know about this Black Sabbath. That sounds like a spooky Jewish Friday. Yeah, dude, King Woman is quite is quite a project. Christina has more bands than any person should have, like right out the gate. Christina existed and she had 17 bands, and it's nuts. But King Woman is probably my favorite. I don't really know. I feel I'm gonna categorize King Woman as like doom metal. And she is 100% my favorite like doom metal, which is just slow, big chord metal. She like that project is the best. It's very it really plays with the space and the texture well. I love King Woman. They rock. Hatescape. I'll check out Hatescape. That's it sounds like a hate breed internet, but I'll give it a go, mate. Um the late night show I've heard the new Clutch. It's so fun. Clutch is never not a ton of fun. The late night show, we get asked about this a lot. The late night show is kind of is something that we're gonna make. Number one, when there is a like network that wants to make it, because right now, when we made the Patreon season of 2 Minutes to Late Night, it was to prove that we like had an idea of what we were doing when we were putting it together. But the reason that a late night show exists is for it's essentially an advertisement. It's or a promotional tool for you know artists or whatever or brands or whatever to hawk their shit, and we want the show to be a platform for artists to promote we for artists that we like to promote the work that they're doing. And right now, man, it is really hard for artists still in this time to guarantee that they're going to be working on like if they come on a show like mine or 2 Minutes to Late Night to talk about a project that they're putting it together or like a tour like that shit's not a guarantee anymore, and it's still really frustrating. Like look what happened last night. uh Black Dahlia Murder and Hatebreed, their entire summer was going on tour with Parkway Drive, and that fell apart. And now who knows what the fuck? They're just they're throwing their hands up and they don't know what they're going to do. So they're just trying to sell their merch, and it's really frustrating. So right now we the talk show format doesn't really have a place to exist. We're going to be doing we have plans to do some live stuff. I'm gonna announce this now. But next like 2 Sundays from now, the 17th, I'm gonna be doing guest commentary for Kaiju Big Battle at the Bell House in 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 Brooklyn, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. We're doing a couple of 2 minutes things with them during the day, but that's I guess like technically the first like me in public appearance in a hot minute, which will be really fun. Hey man, uh I rock speed. Thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate it. Like I appreciate everyone taking the time to like to just hang out or just to subscribe to our channel because it's we're like a bunch of weird like comedians making stuff, but it is a we hope that it's showing people new music because that's again like that's what we want. That's what we wanted from the talk show is for people to get into other types of music. It's all about kind of it's got an anti gatekeeping mentality for the most part. Um, oh, Carpenter Brut is fuck. I'm sorry, I'm trying to catch up with stuff. Carpenter Brut is just unbelievable. Carpenter Brut is my favorite like synthwave like metal adjacent guy. I know there's like a couple of those types of artists these days, but my god, everything is just so catchy and it makes you want to just like kick your house down a hill. It rocks. Also, Ben Kohler is on the new album. Check him out. He's playing all the drums. Um doing a Veil cover. uh, you know what? We got some stuff coming up that might, you know, it might open the door for us to do an Veil cover. That'd be fun. Um, what was going through your mind during Contessa Studios' version of Rain and Ratchet on 2 Minutes to Late Night? It was fucking awesome. I saw Contessa Stuto perform. My high school drummer actually became like a DJ for like local hip hop artists in Brooklyn. And I went to see one of his like shows where he was DJing for a bunch of people, and he DJ'd for her. And I I saw her just rap over actual Raining Blood, and my buddy was just like hardcore dancing in the back, like behind the DJ booth. And I was like, this is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. She is so much. She is quite like a being on this planet. But I think we're all like she's chaotic, but we're all better for it. Like that's the funniest interview that happened on that stage. That I she ruined me. It was hilarious. Um have I heard the new Red Hot Chili Peppers album? I haven't. But I might. Joseph Woodward, we've had Dave Davidson on a bunch of covers. Dave Davidson is on our cover of Anthrax with like a whole bunch of people. It rocks. And he also did the Trooper with us when we had the stage show. Dude, Eric, don't worry about it, man. We're happy that you're here. We're happy to have you on board. But folks, I want y'all to like I will talk about Devil Master because they fucking rock. I love Devil Master. I love how grimy it is. They're a band that you should exclusively listen to on tape. Like I've been confused about like why are tape cassettes coming back? Well, who is that for? And I was like, oh, it's to listen to Devil Master specifically. You like I think that you should listen to Devil Master and like near the end when you know you're near the end of the tape, you should start just pulling out Just start pulling out the tape. Um, but I think Ithaca is the band that I started to talk about before I went on 700 tangents. Ithaca are unbelievable. They are like they're the right. I feel like I've heard a lot of like hardcore or like metalcore bands try to capture like that Deftones magic, and I think that they're the only band that has really done it. I got nothing. Just missing 2 minutes late night shows. Um, Kaiju Big Battle 2 minutes late night crossover episode is on. Technically, it's on April 17th at the Bell House. Come check it out. I'm excited to talk about what I'm seeing when there's like a waffle wrestling a unicorn motorcyclist. It's gonna fucking rock. You thought this was a Danhausen video? Too bad. But yeah, Ithaca is a band from the UK. They are newer. They have a new album coming out, and I really think it's going to be something special. I think it's called "They Fear Us." I'm gonna look it up right now. Hold on. Uh, bu- bu- uh, yeah, it's called "They Fear Us." They have 2 songs out, "In the Way" and also the album title track, and both songs have like I don't know, they got clean vocal parts, but they rock. They're still really, really crushing riffs. I don't know. They're doing it right. It fucking it's incredible. What Bowie song would you want us to do? We did a Station to Station is 11 minutes of Bowie, and it's like 17 Bowie songs in one. But uh I'm curious to know what you'd want to hear for sure. Um, let's see what else we got on here. Thank you for talking about Station to Station though, man. Like that's one of my favorite covers that we've done. It's one of my um it's a song I've literally wanted to cover since I first heard it. Uh I remember going record shopping with a friend of mine who's into completely different music. And I saw him grab that record, and it was a Bowie record that at the time I had never heard of. And I saw that there was like only like 6 or 7 songs on it. And I was like, what the fuck is this album? And he talked it up, and I went home and I checked it out, and I was blown away by that song. I love it. Fashion. That'd be fun. I would love that. That would be a really fun song. Do you still have the Afro wig? Oh no, I that thing got thrown away. We bought Jufro's for Brad Delp, but I was like, I don't think that there's ever any. I don't know if there's any other covers we're gonna do that are gonna require uh Jufro's, unless we do something Bob Ross themed. But kind of uh Drew did a music video for Mrs. Smith, the drag queen guitarist, that is all Bob Ross themed. And I think that's as Bob Ross as we're gonna. He already did it. He did it for the show, which you love it. You'll give me $50 for what? The the Afro wig? That's chaotic. New Clutch is great. Nathan Jones, we've done a lot of we did Blackened on the show, and I think that that's probably the only Metallica cover that we're gonna do, because I guess it's got to have a hook like that where I don't know if you've seen that one, but we did where the slow parts of Blackened are fast and the fast parts are slow, to try to just we otherwise, if you're playing Metallica, like it's just gonna essentially be a lesser version of Metallica. At least the Metallica songs that I would want to cover, I don't really know a lot of the time what I could add to it or what would be new enough to warrant it. Um, Caven's Metallica medley is really funny. Speaking of Caven, man, those new songs. How y'all feeling about that new Caven? Isn't that it's incredible. The first track, I know Steve very well, and I know how much he like loves like songs for the Deaf era, Queens of the Stone Age, and I feel like New Reality is him really showing his love for just like desert rock riffs like that. Like with the mouth wah pedal. And man, Blinded by a Blaze is it feels like Neurosis and Soundgarden at the same time. That album, Heavy Pendulum, is gonna be something really special. Timothy Hooper is bringing up Kevin Devine. Dude, I weirdly love Kevin Devine. I think he's great. I would love that. Caius, I feel like Caius and Queens of the Stone Age are like I feel like they're even. They're two different, they're very different things. The vocal performances are so different. I think also the songwriting is so goddamn different. So I know that it's like it's like the same guys, but or it's just one. Josh Homme was in both bands, but it's I feel like they're way too different. I love Limp Bizkit as well, man. I think Limp Bizkit is they've gotten too much hate for years for being as silly of a band that they are. Like people are like, "Oh, this is garbage." I'm like, the fuck? Like, how can you listen to that shit?" I'm like, I can listen to it because I know it's supposed to be silly and stupid. Like the album itself is called like pee pee doo doo water. Like the like chocolate starfish's buttholes and hot dog flavored water is pee pee. It's pee pee. It's piss and buttholes. Like that tells you exactly what type of music you're getting into. So yeah. Um. Uh. ouch. What was my first record? And if it wasn't a metal album, what was your first metal album? My first record, the first record I ever bought was we've done a high school CD review about it. Was Foo Fighters self-titled, which it was the only reason I got that album is because it didn't have a parental advisory sticker. If it wasn't that, I probably would have bought Blink 182 or Limp Bizkit or something. uh, but I also want to talk about the cat like who here is has listened to the Callous Dow Boys. We've had Kylesa on the show. We did Station to Station with Laura. So go check it out. We also had they were also on the Jane cover, the cover of Jane by Jefferson Starship, which was a lot of fun. I do like Ween. Weird Elvira is played by a good friend of mine. She's very funny, but she is very busy and has a completely a total different job than being an actor. So it's hard for her to make time. What we really want to know is will there be another porn parody of the show? Probably not. I feel like we did. we did it. We all feel kind of weird about that episode. I'm not sure it turned out exactly the way that we wanted it to. I love the Gina Gleason episode, but it was difficult to pull all of that off, and it was difficult to direct porn actors. which respect to them. Respect. Sex work is real work for sure. We do need more hard Melissa, we know. Emily also is hard at work. Emily makes a show with us for Giant Bomb called Albummer. I don't know if y'all have not seen it, check it out. It's essentially, we used to do like a podcast when we were writing the show called Pod Minutes to Cast Night, and we now do that for Giant Bomb, and it has Emily on it, and there's not it's she's kind of just hard malicious. She's very mean to everybody. She just doesn't have a Boston accent or a have heart hoodie. Since I like wrestling, do you think the FTR theme sounds I've never seen 80s porn, so I don't know, but I fucking love Colin from God's Hate, and I talk about how we think the FTR theme is the best original Mikey Ruckus AEW theme. It's incredible. I love it. Nerd question: what's the tuning on the Fleetwood Mac cover? Drop G, my guy. You gotta drop you drop a full step and then drop the top string all the way to G, and it's gonna sound disgusting and be fun. Hello, Ecuador. I want to go to Ecuador. That would be fucking awesome. Have you heard anything by Delco Denton? I haven't. It's the father and son band with a 10-year-old guitarist. That's fun. That sounds rad. I'm absolutely gonna check that out. Callous Cowboys, though. Let's talk about them for a little bit. If you guys are, I feel like I saw some people mourning Every Time I Die in the chat, which of course we all are. It's a hard loss, and it's you literally hate to see it, but that I feel like their energy is living on. I feel like a lot of like 2004 era hardcore is living on in a lot of young bands like Callous Cowboys, like Capra. I don't know if you've heard Capra. Like they are bringing a lot of like that, like Botch and Every Time I Die energy, and Callous Cowboys is kind of they have this they like huge Dillinger Escape Plan energy to them as well, with like an incredible groove. Like they're fucking great. JR, you're right to like Clutch. Clutch is incredible. Clutch is like the best band that you would see in like an off the road bar where they're covered by the chain link fence thing and people are throwing bottles. Like they're the best case scenario for that. And also, my God, the lyrics are just unbelievable. The crab cake recipe song is so funny. I'm mad that I can't write that song. Gonna do any. We are eventually gonna do Meatloaf, but it's got to be the right team who can have the time to do a Meatloaf cover, because fuck, that's essentially us doing a musical. It's gonna be pretty nuts. Clutch used to be the gold music. Hey, thank you for talking about my foster dogs, KW Music. I like dogs. I want to help. I got space, so I want to. It's also socializing is good for my dog, so it's kind of a no-brainer. Foster a dog if you have the space in your house. It's been great. New Meshuggah, I have to hear it, man. I haven't had a moment, but like I have been when you like know you're gonna like a movie, or like a movie sounds like it's gonna be so much of your shit that you just avoid trailers and everything. Like that's what I was doing for Meshuggah. I'm like setting aside my time to participate with that album front to back. Um, uh, let's see who else. Who else we talk about here? I think I heard someone talking about Night earlier, and I saw my buddy Tom who plays in Carcass when they tour. Uh, I saw him posting about Night and playing riffs from it, and it's just oh my god, it sounds fucking awesome. They're great. They give off a similar vibe to Cloak. Um, just like a really aggressive metal band that has like showmanship and appreciation for like Kiss and Merciful Fate, which I love a lot. Kawanashi is fucking awesome. Dude, Love City presents you. I love that band. They're great. Um I've heard them. They fucking rock. Puya, um planning on doing a full 2 minutes to late night cover at the bar. We're gonna keep releasing the old volume, so follow us on Instagram to find out when we're gonna be dropping this stuff. Uh let's see what else we got. Puya. I don't know Puya. I th- I th- I feel like I've heard that there's a rapper named Puya, but I don't know. Um I don't if there's a metal band called Puya, I haven't heard them. Shadow of Intent I've heard is fantastic. I got to check it out. Would love your thoughts on the 12-foot ninja. I don't listen. I'm never going to listen to I feel like I've had 12-foot ninja songs come up on like the radio when I was in high school and they started and I was like this ain't for me. And I think that that's just going to continue until I'm dead. I don't think I'm ever really going to like carve out time to listen to 12-foot ninja unless you sign up for the Patreon and ask us to talk about it on your high school CD booklet review. Then I will do I'll listen to an entire album because I have to. um I don't you know what? There will probably regrettably there will be a bullet for my Valentine high school CD review. I definitely had that EP they put out. Um and then I was like this could be something and then I think their full-length album came out and I was like, "Oh no. This is not what I thought it was going to be." um uh I like Gallows and I like Frank Carter for sure. Um, I I think that they're both complete. They're fucking awesome. The last band I want to talk about before we end this little session. Um, I want to talk about Soul Glow. Have you guys checked out the new Soul Glow album? It is I gotta say, like I feel like in my opinion of the album, absolutely does not matter. Like, it's not. I'm literally a white Jew. I like, it's not specifically for me, but I think this album is one of the coolest fucking things I've ever heard. I think that it's such it's an unbelievably interesting combination of aggressive sounds that I've never heard put together this way. I've been into Soul Glow for a really long time. I like I guess not that long because they're pretty new, but like since they've started, I've kept my eye on them and it's just been really great, messy hardcore punk. But this new album is something different. There's something special. It feels I listened to this and it felt like listening to Botch's We Are the Romans for the first time, where you're like, I can hear all the elements and stuff that I'm familiar with, but there's something else that's there's something really special and artistic about this album. And I love it, man. It's a great fucking record. Um uh what do I think about Oh, I love bands using horns. I think that I think the more brass section we can get in metal, the happier I am. I love it. I love the Converge Redux. It sounds great. I like the original. I like the Kurt knows what he's doing. I'm not worried about a remix or a remaster from Kurt because I trust his ears as his like you'd think they'd be blown to shit by now and he'd put out a mix that like really upset me, but it has not happened. Kurt is a star. um I'm Timothy Hooper. I would love to have Jeff Rosenstock on the show. I love his work. I love again, we're talking about horns. His like I love the we're weirdly in a time where the future of like underground music is hardcore and ska at the same time. Like those are the genres, man. It's gonna take over. It's gonna kick so much ass, and I'm really excited. Um, Gina Gleason is gonna it will absolutely come back soon, but they've been busting their ass on a new Baroness record, and they're on tour right now. They're on tour till like July or some shit. It's gonna be a while. But folks, also, who's listened to the new Vein? Huh? Anybody? Has anybody checked out the new Vein album? That thing is so fucking weird, but I love it. I loved it's like a jar. It's like they're a band that like they're hardcore, but when they use multiple genres, they don't just like pepper it into the entire song. They do a hard pivot and then the song is a different genre. And I've heard so many versions of bands like that where I really didn't like it or they like didn't stick the landing, but Vane is sticking the landing with their genre growth and I really love it. I especially loved like the clean singing from Jeff Rickley on that thing. It rocked. Um I would love to do Jeff Bachlar's CD booklet review. Tell him that he's got to come on. We gotta invade. I feel like he's gonna be like, oh, it's all Mastodon, but there's gonna be some embarrassing shit in there. We gotta figure it out. But anyway, I love Over. Over is fucking awesome, man. What a cool band. Folks, thank you all for joining me. I gotta run. Because I'm painted up, so I gotta record some kind of performance. But thank you all for joining me and talking. I mean, we talked about a lot of shit. We talked about it kind of turned into more of an update, but if you want to if you think let me know in comments and whatever if you want us to keep doing little check-ins like this to talk about music and stuff. The Vane's full name is actually before I leave, they're Vane FM now, and like their new album is called like This World Is Gonna Ruin You. And they fucking rock. They're great. All right. Everybody, have a wonderful evening. Enjoy it. Enjoy yourselves. Thank you for joining me. Bye bye.